Yo, what's up, everybody? How you doing? This is your Coach Renz, and I want to welcome you to the Alchemical Mindset, where we talk about the 360 degrees of your life. We talk about your health, we talk about your wealth, we talk about your spirituality and your relationships. Today, we're going to talk about the coronavirus versus the flu and some of the misinformation. We're going to give about 3-4 minutes to give people an opportunity to get on here. So if you're listening to this later, go ahead and just skip to about 3-4 minutes into it. I'm also going to do a little sharing. So, hey, go ahead and share this video. I appreciate that. If anyone, once you get on here or you've checked it out, let's share this information. We all need to be as knowledgeable as possible concerning this situation that's going on with Corona and whatnot. So we're going to take a few minutes here, get everything squared away. Doing a little sharing myself onto my Facebook page. Let's see if we can get more people on here. I'm going to give you information to the best of my ability. As I get started, let me be perfectly clear. I am not a doctor. I am not a microbiologist. I'm a person who knows how to read. I'm someone who can have understanding. So this is not medical advice. If you need medical advice, please go see your doctor. Go see someone who can give you that specific medical advice. How you doing? Just let me know who you are when you come on. I greatly appreciate that. Where you're listening from, that'd be awesome. Just to know. We're gonna spend about 15 minutes or so discussing this. I want to make sure I give you guys as much information as I've been able to obtain. And of course, there's always going to be people who they have more information than I do. So we're going to, if you have something, you know something that's true and correct, then we want to make sure that we are emphasizing that information. All right. So as we get started in this discussion, like I said, we're only going to be here for about 15-20 minutes. Then I got to move on to some other things. Here's the thing: we have all, our lives have changed over the last few weeks. Over the last few weeks, many people across America, many people across the world, lives are changing, just in being quarantined and fighting a virus that has been declared a pandemic, even though it hasn't spread as big as the flu spreads every year. But we're going to discuss some of what's different about it and why it's so important that we don't dumb this down to the comparison of the flu. So we're going to talk about that. But as we get started, let's break down where our mind has to be, where our thought process needs to be. And one of the areas that this is one of the areas our thought processes need to be. Because too often we can emotionalize a situation. We can emotionalize it based on our culture, based on our condition, based on who we follow, what we believe in. We can emotionalize these situations and say, because I'm in this country or that country, because I'm a man or a woman or I'm black or I'm oppressed, I'm non-oppressed. We emotionalize how we think about situations like this, and we got to take that out of. We got to take that out of the playing field when it comes to this situation. Will there be later discussions of people and information coming out as far as how the virus was developed, or was it developed? Did the World Health Organization create it? Is it a red herring, a political football? There's so many things like that that's going to come out. But while we're waiting on all of that, let's stay healthy as possible. Let's make sure we're taking care of ourselves and take care of our home, because beyond all the other rhetoric, what we have to do first is make sure we're in good health. We have to make sure we're in good health. So I'm doing this podcast, and I'm doing it live because I want to make sure that we get just a basic understanding, enough understanding so that we can move forward. In moving forward, let's do it through the process of the trivium. For those of you who have not been watching my videos, who have not subscribed to my channel, you may not know what the trivium is. And the brief description of the trivium is this. The trivium is an ancient way of thinking logically, a way of accurately, critically thinking. So it is taking facts, actual facts, We're not going to use any made up facts. We're not going to use what people think, what people presuppose, what people already have made up in their minds. We're going to use the base facts that we have, and we take those facts and we put them together to gain an understanding. So facts plus an understanding of those facts leads us to, many people think wisdom right then, but until you put that understanding into practice and then get some results from it to be able to measure those results, that's when we have wisdom. So we want to be wise when it comes to understanding this the coronavirus. And one of the things that's causing people to be unwise is the fact that all throughout social media, I see people comparing it to the flu. That the flu kills 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 people every year, but we don't shut down schools, we don't shut down air travel, businesses don't close, we don't just go through the delivery of food, the grocery stores aren't ransacked. Why is there not such a massive public outcry when it comes to the flu, when it has killed so many more people than the coronavirus has? And yes, the coronavirus has been around for a while. And if you stay with me for a little bit, I'm going to explain the difference of why this now is a pandemic, this now is in a state of emergency versus the flu that happens pretty much every year. And it's not going to be a basic idea, a basic thought process. Just because the flu happens every year, we're used to it, we just deal with it kind of situation. It's not that simple. So I want to break it down, and I got a lot of information from people in the medical field who provided data, provided information for me, but I'm not going to bog you down with all of that information. I want to give you a basic understanding of viruses and genetics and how these things operate and why the coronavirus or COVID-19, and I feel bad for the Corona Beer Company, even though I don't drink beer, because this is just destroying their brand left and right. But I didn't make this name up. Now, has the coronavirus been around? My apologies, my phone just rang. Has the coronavirus been around for a long time? Yes, it has. I saw someone posted a can of, I think it was Lysol, and it said that it kills the coronavirus. A version of the coronavirus. It didn't say it killed COVID-19. It said it killed corona. And there's a reason why it's different like that. And there's a reason why it's been around for a long time. We don't actually know how long corona has been around, but we have to understand viruses function based on RNA sequences. That's basically your genes. It's a genetic type of thing. And a virus is something that's very microscopic, it's small, it's bacteria, it attacks your cells. It attacks cells and tries to kill or mutate the cell, take over the cell, or make the cell into itself, duplicate itself by entering the cell and corrupting the cells. Viruses are different than bacteria. Viruses are more like invading forces. They're more like invading forces. So when we have a virus that comes into your system, your immune system would normally recognize it as an invading force. There's a reason why the flu is different than corona, and that statement right there is the first piece of fact that we have to understand. The flu is an all-human virus. Understand that. The flu is an all-human virus. It's a virus that is in humans. It goes from human to human. It comes over with you in birth. If you've been vaccinated, you're going to have the antibodies in you. If not, you're going to catch the flu one day, and when you catch it, your body recognizes it because it's a human-to-human transferable virus. So therefore, your immune system is already built to detect, hear what I'm saying, to detect the flu virus. So when the flu hits your system, your white blood cells, the antibodies in your system, all your defense mechanisms go up. Your body goes into a fever because it's trying to burn it out. All these things happen. Wanting to flush your system with water. All these things start to happening. So your body is going into a defense. It's going to fight. It's time to attack this virus. So not defense. It's defending and attacking, actually. So your body goes into this natural defense when the flu enters your body because it's a human to human virus that your body recognizes as soon as it comes in. As soon as it comes in. So, yeah, we are used to the flu in a sense. We're used to it because it's already a part of just being a human, and it transfers from human to human. That's why we have it every year. Every year, it's always the flu. And the flu virus does mutate to different strands of flu, which is why it is so hard to combat, and which is why, you can get your vaccination, but if your vaccination is not for a certain strand, then it doesn't work. Me personally, I don't get flu vaccinations, but I don't get the flu. That is very. I've only had, last time I had the flu was in 1991. Was the last time I had the flu, and that was after getting a flu shot. So I haven't had a flu shot, nor have I caught the flu, but I maintain an alkaline system in my body as much as I possibly can. And we can talk about that a little bit later. No, let me go ahead and tell you right now. Viruses cannot live in an alkaline state. So if you keep your body, your blood system, all your fluids in an alkaline state, it is less likely that you will catch flu and get sick. Now, here's the difference. A person like me whose body has been beat up through the military has arthritis. Mucus can get into those arthritic areas, those inflamed areas. And this is why a person like me has to be mindful of their dairy intake, because dairy creates mucus. Dairy and breads create mucus, and within mucus, a virus can set up camp. So, although I may keep my blood system alkaline, the moment it goes acidic, if the mucus in my body is holding on to any virus, that virus will be unleashed within my body, and then I have to fight it. But I do my best. I don't do my best because I can always do better. But I do what I can to keep the mucus levels down so that when I have the moments that my body is not alkaline, then I'm not in such a desperate state. But most people are walking around with their body overly acidic and loads of mucus in their system. Therefore, they are more predisposed to viruses and to get sick. Now, that's why the flu virus rampages across the world all the time. But if you notice, the flu virus does not rampage in countries where the people are less of a meat eater and they keep their body more alkaline. So that's a huge difference between the flu. Now, why does this not have the same effect with the coronavirus? One of the main reasons why is because the coronavirus is a novel virus. Now, what a novel virus means is that it comes from animals. It's usually transmitted from animal to animal, from animal to animal. Now, so we had a couple of recent examples in the world. We had the H1N1, which was a pig virus, and it went from pig to pig to pig. We also had, back in the day, we had the Spanish flu, and we still have the Spanish flu in some countries. So we had the Spanish flu. And with that, the Spanish flu decimated, so many people. But here's what happens, and which is why COVID-19, coronavirus, should not be compared to the flu. One, it hasn't ran its course in its current iteration, which is a reason why so many people, people are saying, oh, the flu kills 63,000 people a year. Why are we acting so frantic when the corona has only killed like 3,000 people? Well, we just got this new strand of the coronavirus, because here's what happens. This is what makes novel viruses, so dangerous, and why they create pandemics. If you are a historical buff like myself, the page, what is it called? The thumbnail that I put up for this one was showing how the Black Plague spread across North Africa and Europe and the Middle East back in I think it's the 1300s. The reason why the Black Plague had such a high impact is because the Black Plague, I'm not answering that phone, the Black Plague, if memory serves correct, it was a disease that was in rats and fleas, and then the fleas bit the rats, and the fleas then bit the humans, and the humans developed the Black Plague, right? In doing so, and we're going to come back to the reason why I mentioned the Black Plague is very important. We're going to come back to it because we're going to talk about why quarantining is so important concerning that. At that stage, when the Black Plague, just like the Spanish flu, just like H1N1, just like Corona, was formerly an animal to animal virus, what happens is, yes, for a while, for years, the virus can spread from animal to human. But because of its current form, because it goes through a mutation and it goes and is able to get into a human, but that mutation doesn't become like flu virus where it becomes human to human transferable. It is only that animal to that human, and then it stops right there. That person gets sick. Medicine is bewildered back in the day. We have a deeper understanding now. Oh, they connect, they contact, they are, I can't even get the word out. They became infected with corona, but this strain of corona is not spreadable to other humans because it hasn't mutated that far. But over the years, at some point, something happens, something clicks. It's the right animal with the right human. With the Black Plague, it was when there was just the rats, it was fine. But when the rats plus the fleas and then the humans, it mutated into a virus that then became a human to human virus that your body has no defense against. This is the same thing that happens with the corona. It's been around. But then what happened is that in Wuhan at the market, now right now, as far as we know, it's broken down into a particular market area in Wuhan, China. It got the animal with the human, it mutated to a point where now it's transferable from human to human. And here's the difference. Novel viruses, your immune system doesn't have a predetermined plan of defense against it. Not like the flu. See, the flu, your body has a plan against it. A novel virus, your body doesn't have a plan against it. With the flu, we've developed vaccines for it. With the novel virus, because we don't know the mutation until it actually happens, there's no vaccine for it. This is why world governments and scientists and companies are scrambling trying to figure it out, because there was no way to prepare a vaccine for it because you don't know what the mutation strand is. You see, and without knowing that, we are starting from ground zero pretty much. With the flu virus, the strands have developed. We have vaccines, and we get better and better at it. But with novel viruses, there are no immediate vaccines, which is why we have to go kick in the overdrive to try to figure out how do we cure this? How do we take care of this? Now, one of the things that we can do as people, is we can go into more of a quarantine state ourselves. We're going to gather to a certain degree. We have to go out. We're not hunter-gatherers anymore, but we hunter-gather by going to the grocery stores. We may pick up food or go through drive-through. To a certain degree, we're still going to come in contact with humans. We don't know what human has COVID-19, corona, or not. It incubates for 14 days. We have no idea. So I think it's a good safety measure that the kids are, for the most. I know in Georgia, the kids are out of school until my nephew is out until April 13th, after spring break. To give it a chance to run its course and identify itself through most people, we have to maintain distances as much as possible from people, because we don't know who has it and when they have it. And most of those people don't know when they have it either. We have to be mindful, like, as you guys know, as the owner of Uncle Renz Popcorn, I have, I went through the Safe Serve certification, which when you go through the Safe Serve, you learn how to stack your refrigerators. Of course, some of these things seem simple, but people fail to do it all the time. Making sure that meats aren't above vegetables, and you have to put them in a certain way. Even with the meats, you don't put, like, pork doesn't go over beef and seafood, and there's an arrangement. You have to make sure of those things. But I saw a young lady yesterday in a restaurant touching the trash can, then go touch the register, then touch the counter, then grabs a soap bucket and start washing off the counter, put the soap bucket on top of the counter, which just came from the floor somewhere, washing off the counter, take the same rag and go wash off the table, then wash off the seat, then go wash another table off. And I had to tell her, I said, you are breaking so many health violations. Not to mention, we're in this state where we have to be more conscious of our things, our methodology, things that we do. When I go to a public place, when I leave, I'm one of those people spraying the Lysol, washing my hands constantly, washing my hands up to the elbow, saying the alphabet. If I gotta rub that soap and hot water through the whole alphabet song, making sure you're getting it. I'm minimizing my contact. One of the reasons I brought the Black Plague is because I think it was King Henry VIII was the King of England at the time frame of the Black Plague. I could be wrong on that one. I probably am. I think it was a different Henry. Whichever Henry it was. I know it was a Henry. And the thing about it is that he self-quarantined. He would not allow anybody to come into his chambers, come near him during that entire time frame, because he realized that having human-to-human contact is what was spreading this Black Plague. If you look at the map that I put up at the thumbnail for this video, you will notice that the Black Plague didn't go into sub-Saharan Africa. It didn't go over into the Indus Valley and over into Siberia and Russia, because you had natural blockades. You had the desert and you had mountains. So it minimized the amount of contact people had. This is why the Black Death stayed in that area of Europe and the Middle East and North Africa, because these are areas of great trade amongst each other. We're in a world today where we do not have the natural blockades of an ocean, the natural blockades of mountains. We can cover everywhere. So we have to be even more mindful of what we do and how we do it. We have to be even more mindful of the humans that we come in contact. And the first thing we have to do is get smart about it. Stop comparing it to the flu. Stop. Just stop. Don't compare this to the flu. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter even if you did compare it to the flu. Fact of the matter is, it's a virus that's spreading, and it's a novel virus, which means that scientists aren't up to speed 100% on it. There aren't vaccines just popping out the door, that you can just go to your local pharmacist and get. We have to take these precautionary steps. Now, later on in the wash, when we find out what government did what and how they reacted to this, that, and the third, sure, let's argue, let's fuss, let's fight, let's protest, let's hold people accountable, let's do all those things. But right now, let's hold each other accountable. Right now, let's take each other by the, not by the arm, by the elbow. Let's take each other and hold each other accountable, and hold yourself accountable, and say, I'm going to minimize my contact with people as much as I possibly can. I'm going to minimize my outings as much as I possibly can. I'm going to make sure that I disinfect, take a shower at night, take a shower in the morning. You should already be doing that. I mean, I do that. You should already be doing that. But take showers at night, showers in the morning. Hey, hand sanitizer does not kill the majority of the viruses in the world. Use soap. I was amazed to see how all the water in the grocery stores are gone. All the toilet paper is gone. Most of the processed foods are gone. But what's not gone are two of the most important things that can help people fight off viruses. That's soap and vegetables, fruits and vegetables. Soap, fruits, and vegetables. The fruits and vegetables are plentiful, and I know you're worried about who might have breathed on it, who might have touched it. Wash the vegetables. Wash them. It's not, I know you're used to just rinsing them, but wash them. And when you cook them at high temperatures, all right? We made asparagus last night at 425 degrees. Cook your food at high temperatures to make sure it kills viruses and bacteria that's in there. So cook at high temperatures. I know some of you may be raw food eaters. And if you're a raw food eater, like my fruits, I eat my fruits raw. But I wash the heck out of them before, especially the ones that you eat the skin of. Things that I don't eat the skin of, not so much. A banana, not so much worried about that. But apples, grapes, all those sort of things, wash them at hot temperatures. Make sure but you need those foods in your system. You need as much natural immune boosters in your system as possible. If you can get to a health food store, get you some elderberry. Elderberry is something that I like to take on the norm just to keep my immune system boosted up. But at this time frame, I mean, me and my wife went to 7 Under, right before Corona hit, or before it hit America, and we was going there afterwards, and that's an all-natural co-op store here in Atlanta. No elderberry, all right? It is like, and when we did see some, we got like 6 bottles of it, like 6 bottles of elderberry. But elderberry is a great immune fighter. Soursop. Most of your grocery stores carry soursop in the frozen department. It's already been frozen. If you can get some soursop, it's mainly used to fight cancer. But hell, I figure if something can fight cancer, then it can fight corona. It doesn't hurt to try it. But making smoothies with dark berries and things of that nature, eating green vegetables, get as many of those things in your system. Like I said, I went to the grocery store. I only been once, and all the processed foods, gone. Everything natural was still in the store. All the natural food still in the store. All the hand sanitizer gone, but all the soap still in the store. We gotta use soap. Hand sanitizer is good when you're out and about. Hand sanitizer, spraying yourself down with Lysol, those are things that's good while you're out and about. But it ain't gonna beat soap and hot water. It's not gonna beat it. And eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, dark vegetables. Getting things like elderberry into your system, turmeric into your system, cook with cinnamon. Get those things in your system to help your body be as has a higher immune system as possible. But also, people, let's try at this time frame. Let's go vegetarian as much as you possibly can. Let's go vegetarian. There are people who say they drink alkaline water all the time and they put the lemon in their water to make it alkaline all the time. But here's one thing that I know. As long as you're eating meat, your body will not be alkaline. I don't care how much alkaline water you drink. Eating meat keeps your body acidic, and it stays acidic very far longer than you anticipated. So you can drink you can drink the alkaline water, do all that thing. It helps to try to balance it out. But instead of you being in that sweet spot around 7.4 alkalinity, you're going to be over there more towards the acidic side. You're gonna be down there in like the 6s. You're still gonna be in the 6s, even if you're drinking the alkaline water and all that sort of thing. So I want you guys to do that. You got to take better care of yourself at this time frame. Let this be your launching pad to do better for your own health, do better about how you take care of things. And I'm going to do another video later, and we'll talk about business opportunities that come from going through this experience, because our societies will change. There are certain changes that will happen in our society because of this. And many people will lose their shirt. But just as in every desperate situation, there's always opportunities. So that's why on this channel, we talk about your health as well as your wealth, spirituality, and your relationships. I want to appreciate everybody for being here. I got a lot of other work that I have to do today. But I appreciate you guys, and I'm working from home, or as a realtor, there's a lot of things I do by myself without other people. And as the owner of Uncle Renz Popcorn, there's a lot of things I do by myself without other people. So I appreciate everybody who supports the channel through subscriptions, who order from Uncle Renz Popcorn. Hey, you guys are Netflix and chilling. Order from urpopcorn.com. The letter U, the letter R, the word popcorn.com. You're going to need some snacks while you're locked up in the house in quarantine. So go ahead and order from Uncle Renz Popcorn. It supports the channel, but more than that, it's a great, amazing product. I appreciate you guys. Go over and join my new channel, Homes for Sale Atlanta. I'll be uploading home tours there. It's a great place to be. Atlanta's a great place to live. So I appreciate you guys. Please, let's be considerate of other people. Let's make sure we take care of ourselves and take care of our families. Stop comparing the flu to corona, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. If you get corona, you got to deal with corona. If you get the flu, you got to deal with the flu. But no matter what, if you feel any of those symptoms from either one, go get checked out. Go get checked out. Do yourself, do your family, do society a favor, and let's try to do our part to slow this down and stop it in its tracks. So y'all have a great day, and remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is not negotiable. And my finger is all in the way.